पूज्य राघवेन्द्राय सिद्धरमणताय च भक्तां कल्पवृक्षाय नमतां कामधेनवे आपादमौलिपर्यन्तं गुरूणामाकृतिस्मरे तेन विघ्नाः प्रणश्यन्ति सिद्धिं च मनोरथाः. हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. We are doing the Bhagavad Gita. The messages given by Sri Krishna to Arjuna, as we went through the first set of instructions where Sri Krishna talked about Bimba Pratibimba Bhava, Swatantriya, and what Arjuna should do. Dharma hi yuddhat sheyo anyat kshatriyasya navidyate. So he is saying, after giving all the spiritual side of it, like Shiva Nityatva, Deha Anityatva, Dharma has to be followed, and Avyaktadini Bhutani, Vyaktamadhyani Bharata, Avyaktanidhanani eva tatra ka paridena. So there is no reason for Arjuna to be upset so much. Of course, there are a lot of saddening factors are there, but weighing, he has to compare what is to be done, what is necessary. So there, Arjuna has to understand that as a Kshatriya, it is his dharma. That's why he says, Swadharmapi cha aveksha na vikampitum arhasi dharmadhi yuddhat sheyo anyat kshatriyasya navidyate. This is a declarative statement. For a Kshatriya like you, apart from this dharma yuddha, there is nothing else. This is shayastra. Nothing else is good for you. This is what is good. So from the perspective of not only the spiritual side, from this side also, Swadharma, keeping that in view, there is no reason for you to be shaken up. Yes, it is something that you have to think about it, but don't get shaken up so much that you forget what is right and what is wrong. To that extent, getting shaken up is not good. And there he says, this is actually a great opportunity for you. Yadruchaya chaupannam swargadwaram apavrutam sukinaha kshatriyaha partha labante yuddhamidrusham. For a kshatriya like you, this kind of a dharma yuddha is an opportunity, not just a lifetime opportunity, but it is many lifetime opportunities. So, athachet tvam imam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi tataha swadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapsyasi. If you don't do this dharma yuddha, which is your swadharma, your own dharma, not only you lose this opportunity, you get a bad name. Your fame will go down. In the history, people will say, look, in the last minute, Arjuna just dropped out. All others did their job, but Arjuna, such a great warrior, he just dropped out. He chickened out or something like that. People will talk bad about you. So, kirtim cha hitva, you lose all the great name that you acquired all your life. In one shot, you lose everything. Not only that, papam avapsyasi. Now you are saying doing yuddha gives papa. No, not doing yuddha gives papa. So you are going to get sin if you don't fight the war. Akirtim cha api bhutani kathayishyanti te avyayam sambhavitasya cha akirti maranat atirichyate. So here he says the lack of fame, losing the good name, and all the living beings, not only the current ones, the future ones, future generations, everybody is going to talk bad about you. Think about what's going to happen. The akirti, the bad name that you get, it is much worse than the death itself. Compared to death, the bad name is very, very, very bad. Getting the bad name is not at all right. And though out of compassion, oh, no, I am not afraid. Out of compassion for people, that's why I am going to stop the war. I don't want to fight the war because of my karuna, compassion. You may say that, but people of future generation, he gave that an excuse. He said compassion, but strictly inside, he got a little bit scared. That's people will say like that. Maybe some people may say, oh, out of compassion, but a lot of people will talk bad about you only. Bhayat, Ranat, Ubaratam, Mansyante, Tvam, Maharatha, all the great warriors. Hey, we are great warriors, we are fighting. Look, Arjuna, He claims himself a great warrior. He just ran away from the battlefield. Yesham cha tvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi laghavam. Laghava, lagutva, that is becoming very little. They treat you like nothing. You lose the whole. Laghu guru. Guru means greatness. Laghu is meanness. They'll think you are so mean, so lowly being. They're going to treat you as a low level being. So Laghava, you are going to get nothing. You are going to lose everything. So don't even think of doing what you are doing now. Avachya vadansa bahun vadishyanti tava ahitaha ninnantastava samathyam tato dukkhataram kim. Avachya, whatever is not to be told about you, people are going to say all that. Not only people who are your enemies, tava ahitaha means your enemies, not only they are going to talk bad about you, even your own people are going to, hey, look, the enemies will talk bad about you because they want to make fun of you. Your own people will talk, look, he dumped us at the last minute, he dumped us. So your own people also, everybody is going to scold you. Everybody, he didn't have the needed capability. Samarthya itself, they're going to suspect that you didn't have enough samarthya, enough capability. What else is more saddening than that? Tato dukkhataram nukim. What else is more saddening than that? And Krishna says to Arjuna, Hatova प्राप्स्यसे स्वर्गम जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महिम तस्माद् उत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः. Have the determination to fight the war. If you win, you get the whole kingdom. If you lose, you're going to die in the war, still you go to the heavens. So don't even think of quitting this war. Don't even think of it. So this is the strong instruction Krishna gives. So look how methodically he is going. He first gave the spiritual aspects, then he gave the even from this worldly point of view. So the instructions that Krishna is giving to Arjuna from all directions, and even in our how is it relevant to us in our day-to-day life? What should we do in every struggle of life? We have to look at the spiritual aspects behind, which are in the background, and the material aspect. We should weigh what is right, what is wrong. It is not easy. A lot of times we get confused. We say, hey, this is right or that is right. We have to think one thing. We have to seek guidance from elders, from gurus. Hey, this is the situation I am in. What am I supposed to do? So, weighing the pros and cons is to be done at every juncture of life, every point of life. We have to think what is right, what is wrong. And while doing that, a lot of challenges come. So here he says, Sukha Dukkhe Same Krutva. This is a very kind of a little involved and also hard to understand. Here Krishna says, actually 38th verse in second adhyaya, Sukha Dukkhe Same Krutva, Labha Labho Jaya Jayo, Tato Yuddhaya Yujyasva Na Evam Papam Avapsasi. You will not get sin if you participate in the war with a neutral bent of mind. What is this neutral bent of mind? He says, think sukha and dukkha as same. What? Sukha everybody wants. Dukkha nobody wants. Sukhamevam me syat dukkham managapi mabhut. This is everybody's desire. Krishna is saying, treat them equally. Sukha and dukkha. It's very loaded statement. How can sukha and dukkha be treated equally? And labha, alabha, alabha means nashta. Gain and loss, treat them equally. Victory and defeat, treat them equally. Tato yuddhaya yujyasva na evam papam. If you do that, then you don't do it. How to treat them equally? Treating them equally does not mean you have a same mental reaction for that. Treating them equally means the acquisition of sukha or the acquisition of dukkha you do not have. So your control over sukha and dukkha, I want to get sukha from this, I want to get dukkha from this, you have no control. So you treat them equally in the sense you have no control over Sukha and Dukkha. That's one way. The second thing is Sukha and Dukkha, treat them equally in another aspect. Whether Sukha comes or Dukkha comes, it's not going to be there forever. Whatever kind of Sukha, it's going to end. Whatever kinds of Dukkha is going to end. Sukha and Dukkha, they are not permanent in this world. Only when we go to moksha is a permanent Sukha. For people who go to Anantamas, permanent Dukkha. Only there the permanency. In this world, there is no permanence. So in that respect, Sukha and Dukkha are same. In another way, Sukha Dukkha are same means Sukha Dukkha, when we get it, both are coming from as part of the samsara. So when Sukha comes, we should not get exalted and oh, I have everything in the world and nobody beats me, and don't lose your balance. So Sukha Dukkha have same balance of mind. That means the mind has to be balanced whether you get Sukha Dukkha. So the equality means balancing the mind. Don't get overexcited with Sukha. Don't get over depressed with Dukkha. Be able to handle both Sukha and Dukkha equally efficiently. So the handling part should be strong in both the cases. That way they are same. So this is how Sukha Dukkha are same means, oh, Sukha comes, I feel sad, Dukkha comes, I feel happy, then, or whatever. So I treat them equally means not the reaction, mental reaction is not the same because you feel happy with Sukha, feel depressed with Dukkha. But the way we handle that is, so this is a very loaded statement. Otherwise, it's very confusing. Hey, Sukha Dukkha, how can it be same? Same way, Labha, Nashta, same kind of concept. Something we may think is very beneficial, it is profitable. We go there, it may appear to be profitable, eventually we may end up in loss. Or something may say it is very bad for me. Then eventually you don't realize sometime at the end, oh, I thought it's very bad for me, but somehow helped me. So the benefits or loss that we get, we do not have control over them, first thing. And whatever we get, we think something is good, it may be bad. Something bad, it may be good. We don't know. And how we handle the loss or the gain, again, it depends on our capability to handle. So we should be equally capable in handling both the gain and the loss. So that way it is treating equally. It does not mean, oh, loss and benefit is same, so I might as well lose everything. No, that's not what is meant here. Ability to handle them with balance of mind, that is what is treating them equally. Same thing with victory and loss. We always want victory, we don't want loss. That doesn't mean when we get the loss, hey, I got this is a temporary loss. I am going to work hard. I am going to make an effort to go to the victory. When victory comes, let it not go to our heads. Oh, I got victorious, my greatness, I'm so great. Let that not happen to you. Victory comes is God's grace. Loss comes is God's will. So treating them equally means treat both of them or what is given by the God, and let him give the strength to bear the loss. Let him give the balance of mind not to go crazy with the victory. So that is how the balance of mind again. Treat that. That's when, if that means a person with proper balance of mind will do his duty, whatever. Here in the case of Arjuna is a war. In case of our regular day-to-day life is the way we conduct our lives. The life will be able to handle things more pleasantly and more efficiently and more maturedly if we have that balance of mind. So here what is stressed is the balance of mind. It does not mean that, oh, be neutral, just neglect all your things and let whatever may happen, let it happen. I'll just sit idle. No, that's not the message here. We have to do our duties, we have to work hard, but we should be able to handle every situation with proper balance of mind. That is the message that is given here. And that is the so yesha te abhita sankhye buddhi yoge tu imam shunu buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. For this karma bandha, the bondage that we are having with the action, the moment we detach from the ups and downs of action, the ups and downs of the results of the action, the moment we realize the hand of God, the moment we do everything with a kind of, they say, detached attachment, that kind of a thing. This is what Te Abhita saying in this battlefield. Whatever I'm telling, this Buddhi Yoga, listen to me. This is the proper Buddhi. Buddhi is intellect. See, the mind, we have the Panchabheda, Prabhedas of the mind. The mind, we say Manasu, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chitta, Chetana. We talk about this. The Manas is like an entry point. First, whatever comes to our mind, which, oh, then we see the mind, we analyze, and then we use our judgment, buddhi, we use that. So actually, this is a very complex topic. This Pancha Prabheda, we'll talk about it in the next class, because this is a very nice and involved topic. That we'll talk about the next class. So I'll stop it here. Any questions are there, you can feel free to ask. Hare Srinivasa.
Dhanyavad, Shri Keshara. I have a question,
Sure.
and I'll ask in behalf of everyone. So here, Yadrichaya Chopannam Sargdwaram Apavritam.
Yeah.
So this Lord is telling him that the Sargdwara is right there.
Yeah.
Opportunity is there to get the Swarga. And
Yeah.
then Hatova Prapsi Swargyam.
Yeah.
So if he dies in the battle, he will get Swarga.
Yeah.
So how do we think about it? What guarantee is that? Is it because it's a dharma yuddha, or any
Yes.
kshatriya is a dharma palan? When they die, they will get obtain swarga. How do we think about it?
Yeah, yeah. The way you think about this is, the person, whoever is fighting the war, imagine he is actually, what is he gaining? He's actually, what is the most precious thing? Life is the most precious. Nothing is more precious than life.
Yes.
The person is sacrificing his life for the sake of a purpose. So he is giving the most, whatever he thinks is the most precious, for something, the ideal which he is considering as more precious than his own life. So since he's sacrificing, he's giving up his life for the sake of a purpose.
Hmm.
So he is actually doing a kind of a selfless service. Battlefield, fighting the war, is the most selfless service, because nothing is more precious than life. He's giving up his life for the sake of a purpose.
Hmm.
Sometimes the purpose may be good, bad, whatever, but he is giving a kind of a sacredness for the purpose, because the purpose is giving more importance
Hmm.
than whatever we think is the most precious, the life. He's giving up life for the sake of the purpose. For that sacrifice, he need to be paid something. It's like a salary paid for a very hard work. So
Hmm.
this is the one of the most hardest work. Giving up life is not easy. Since he is giving up his own most precious life for the sake of a purpose, he is rewarded for that. That's why, even though, they, in this dharma yuddha or in any yuddha, someone is giving up his life, the God rewards him with a benefit. But that is still, mm, only swarga. See, imagine, kshine punye matya lokam vishanti says, some reward is given. Yes, we died in the battlefield, he will be given a swarga. But depending upon how genuine is his cause, how nice his cause, the duration of swarga period varies. Maybe a few years, few thousand years, whatever. It's a wonderful purpose, maybe a lot of years. But there is actually a kind of a hidden secret in this statement also.
Hmm.
Arjuna is actually Swargadipati, Indra himself.
Hmm.
So there's a hidden message here. Hey, if you die, you're on Indra Padavi. Maybe
Yes.
go back and join, merge with your Indramsha. So
Yeah.
yes, continue with your Swarga. So that hidden message is also is there in this.
Yes. That's very nice.
Yeah.
I have a
So
one
yeah,
question on that one.
sure.
So what about the Kauravas? Will they get
Yes,
Swarga because they are fighting for a wrong cause? They've done
yes,
adharma whole life
yes,
and they're also in the battle.
yes. In case of them, for Kauravas, when they fight, still they have done some sacrifice for a better, something for a purpose, is a bad purpose, of course. But that bad purpose is also they're sacrificing their life for that. So they get swarga, but what they call upaswarga. In fact, for people who fight with a bad purpose, they get some joys and pleasures, but they are of a much lower quality. That's why you call it upaswarga. That means they have some happiness, something, and also it's for a shorter time, and it is not as enjoyable as anything. But since they have done something, they get that. But it is actually, we call it upaswarga. Upaswarga means a little lower type form of swarga.
So what about people who are like a jihadi and they kill themselves, place themselves with bomb, and then they go blow up people? They
Ah,
in their mind
like
they're
you're trying a terrorist or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. See, in case of terrorists, they are not actually doing it for any genuine purpose at all. For those people, they will not get any benefits at all. The reason is they're not even fighting a war. They are actually giving a torture. For
Hmm.
them, the goal is to torture somebody. Their goal is not to fight the war. They are not engaged in any war at all. They're not giving any opportunity to anybody. They do not have a proper purpose at all. They don't know what. In fact, they say, oh, like for example, we hear the stories that oh, they will be given like some happy enjoyment in something. So it is almost like an LSD. Suppose you get a nice, good, nice, enjoyable food. You enjoy it. It gives you really benefit. It gives good, healthy food. But somebody takes an LSD or opium or something, it
Hmm.
gives a false enjoyment, a false joy. They think that they get joy, but it is actually more saddening, more depressing thing. Same way, these terrorists, when they go that with an imagination that they are going to get a lot of joys or enjoyment, not really. They'll be punished. They'll be taken to hell only. The reason is that's not actually a war at all. They're not fighting any war. Their goal is to torture somebody. Their intention is to trouble somebody. Since they have an evil intention, evil purpose, evil methods, evil goals, and torment and torture to innocent people. In case of a war, everybody is coming there to
Right.
fight against the purpose. They are not attacking any innocent people at all. No innocent person is affected there. Whereas here, in case of terrorists, they are attacking innocent people, and their goal is only to torture, to create terror, to create fear in the minds of the people. So they will not get any swarga, they will not get upaswarga, they will not even get a good birth. They will either suffer in the hell, or they will get a very bad, torturous life. Like people, we see cancer or something. People coming with very very heavy bad things. Probably, I mean, I'm no, we don't know exactly, but they
Hmm.
might have done something very very sinful in their previous life. So they are not given any swarga or upaswarga at all. Terrorists.
Okay. Just one more. I know Bhavani ji
Sure.
wants to ask a question. I just want to close up with one more question.
Sure.
So, in this Swargarohan, when
Yeah.
Yudhishthira is going and reaches the Swarga, he goes, the chariot comes and he goes to Swarga. Then
Yeah.
he has a vision, or he's seeing the Kauravas in the Swarga,
Yeah.
Duryodhana. So is that the Upswarga, or is it did they get even a momentary place in that?
Yeah. Again, there are gradation in that. So yeah, you get some carb or other some pleasures, some joys, but the ones that are in Swarga are more peace and calm giving to the mind. They are not like what you call ugratva. They
Mm.
don't have any kind of a perturbances and things like that. Very calm, tranquil type of joys. Whereas in Upaswarga, also joys are there, but they are of much lower quality,
Mm.
and they get some get joys and everything, but they are of a lower quality, and they will not have that much of tranquility of mind or whatever. But they have some benefits are there, and duration also Upaswarga durations are less compared to the Swarga duration. So the Karwal and everything are gradation again. I mean, they'll be there, but there'll be a gradation. There'll be of higher category, higher level in Swarga, and much lower level in Upaswarga.
Okay, so what Dharmaraj sees is not a illusion, but he sees the Kauravas there. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. See, actually, what Dharmaraja sees, like, where Kauravas and all that, and Pandavas, you're talking about the after Swargarohan, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there, actually, it is because of his one that's in it is a vision that he sees, not really what he sees is like, for example, he sees that Pandavas are suffering. It's only an illusion
Yes.
for him to go through that experience, that's all. But they are not in hell at all and all. It's a simulated message, let us say. It's only a simulated message that is given to Yudhishthira for a short time. Then everything disappears.
Yes.
So it is not really what was there. What Dharma Yudhishthira saw was not what actually really there. He saw like a vision. That's all. The vision was given to him.
Okay. धन्यवाद. Sastang
Yeah,
namaskar.
sure.
Bhavani ji.
Namaskar, Mama.
Namaskar. Yeah.
It is. This is not the question,
Yeah.
but in good olden days, when Pandavas and Kauravas, they fought for a reason because they have to establish the dharma. This is my understanding. To establish the dharma, they fought a war. But nowadays, people fight wars for no reason, out of the ego. For example, we are seeing so many wars like Russia, it attacks on Uzbekistan, all the countries for no reason to establish their own communism principles.
Yes.
And if you see Pakistan, for no reason, they attack India for no reason. So to protect them, the India will fight the war. Our soldiers will die. Those soldiers will die. They will go to heaven or hell. Heaven probably because they are all fighting for the country. But at the individual level, what kind of war we are going to fight to say we are not going to die in the individual wars? This is whatever is happening within us between good and bad. We are not really attaining any, we are not dying, we are not attaining any moksha or anything. But when it comes to concept of these principles, this is only related to Yuddha Niti or even the internal wars that happens in every human being. Every human being have a war between good and bad within one single person. Like Mahabharata is happening in everyone's mind. So, like, in the bigger picture, this is talking about only Rajaniti. Most of the Bhagavad Gita is covered subtle parts of Rajaniti only, or it is the wars between the countries to protect the motherland. You have to do this to protect the dharma. You do this. Is this what the message has been given by Sri Krishna to Arjuna? It is just only pertaining to the physical war kind of thing.
No, it's a very good question, Lord question. Time is up, but next class I'll cover. But yes, this was the war that we are fighting, the local wars, like whatever the present day wars, are not like Dharma Yuddha. They are more politically motivated. So in that direction, you think. But since the time is up, we'll cover that. Is a very good point. We'll cover that in the next class. Yeah.
Namaskar. Thank you very much.
Sure.
And Vishnu Sahasranam class is on that other group, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Namaskar. Namaskar.
Sastang namaskar, Sri Krishna. We'll do the small prayer. Pratah Sayantam Ayadi Pratavantikam Yat Kuruvate Jagannatha Vastu Tat.
Hare Srinivasa. We'll join again Wednesday.
Hare Srinivasa. Namaskaram.
Namaskar.
Hare Srinivasa, namaskar.
Hare Srinivasa.